Welcome. This is Mitch Argon with Calneva Realty. I'm the broker owner here, and I want to take you through the Reno Tahoe real estate market update for November of 2019. First off, I'd like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. I hope it's an enjoyable holiday weekend with you, your friends, and family. Travel safe. Okay, let's first start off by looking at the change in median price on a year-over-year basis. I have two columns here I want to draw your attention to. The first one here will show you the year-over-year change on a month-by-month basis, and this column over here will show you the average of that change for the last 6 months. So it's going to be really a better indicator of what's going on and a more truer indicator. So what you can see is the Reno and Sparks markets have moderated or showing about a 4% appreciation. Carson City not far behind at 3%. Carson Valley is pretty much flat for the last 6 months, so running pretty much neutral there. And Dayton and Fernley slightly higher than the prior markets, primarily based on affordability and a higher demand curve that follows suit. Lake Tahoe market, there's a very small sample size for Lake Tahoe in terms of number of homes sold on a monthly basis. So the numbers will swing quite a bit from month to month, and they're not always the most accurate because of that small sample size. So I mentioned that here just for completeness. Homes sold, you can see here on the homes sold that on a year-over-year basis from October of 19 over October of 18, that Reno is up quite a bit. That 30% increase is primarily a function of the volume being down last year as we started to enter into this correction period that started probably second quarter of 2018. Carson City had a big month as well. These other ones are more stable. I'm not sure why Dayton was so much lower than it was in 2018, but it is. I don't think that's the beginning of a major trend. It's just probably a function of a monthly blip. And Fernley up at 13%. Month supply of inventory, which is the indicator of whether we're in a buyer market or a seller market. If you're really tracking the markets, this is probably the most important indicator to track. The rate of price appreciation will be directly related to these numbers in here. So you can see that the Reno and Sparks markets were down. A year ago, they were at 2.7 and 2.3 months supply of inventory, and they've trended back to 2.2 and 2.0. So that is really probably, if anything else, more just an indication that there is a very strong demand curve there. And while these markets we would have expected to continue to climb slightly, they're not. They're bucking the trend. We still have reasonably low inventory and strong demand. Carson City increased 1%, basically flat. Carson Valley, a modest increase, but Carson Valley does lead the region in terms of the metric for month supply of inventory, not excluding Lake Tahoe, as mentioned earlier. And that would be reflected in the price appreciation slower in the Carson Valley than you see in these other markets, as we've discussed on the prior slides. Dayton and Fernley, 2.6 and 2.4. You can see Dayton has had a big increase from 1.6 to 2.6. I wouldn't be surprised to see this number possibly go down just a little bit or stay flat. We aren't going to continue to see a 65% increase, but that number has moved, as you can see. Okay, I hope this has been useful for you. Again, Mitch Argon here, Calneva Realty. If you have any questions, please leave a comment here on our YouTube channel. If you have access to us by email, feel free to send an email off to me or any of our agents that may be helping you, sending you listings or representing you in a transaction. We've got agents in Reno and Sparks at our Reno office and serving the southern part of the region in our Carson Valley office in Minden. Of course, down below there is a link to the Greater Reno Tahoe Real Estate Report. If you want to see more detail on any of these numbers and then some, feel free to click that link and read up as you would like. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you next time.